that we are live, sir. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I think we're live here. Everything's... Oh, you're doing that. Hold on one second. Let me drop the open on everyone.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
Make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified when we go live. We are live. Come on. There he goes. Richard Hughes. We're live. He's doing the pinky thing. I'm over that. We're doing jazz hands. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. We're here. It is episode 419. What do you want to know Wednesday? That's what I decided to call it, Richard. Because I'm sure people want to know some stuff. So we'll definitely get into that here as everyone comes in. Richard, here he goes. FlyingRich.com, right? What's your stuff? FlyingRich.com?
Yep, FlyingRich.com.
Okay.
So that's where all my social media is.
Yeah. Are you like a Sky Uber?
Sky Uber. No, in fact, I gotta get my biannual flight review and a medical before I'm allowed to fly again.
Oh, okay. You're not allowed to fly right now. Unless you hop onto the back of Pebbles. Then you can fly. Oh, hold on. Let me, I gotta switch this up here. Boom, there we go. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, so shout out to Harry's Holsters. And, of course, Safety Harbor Firearms. And everyone else. I'll shout out to everyone coming in. As you guys come in, please thumbs up, share the video, all of that. I know people have questions and things like that. I will get to it here in a second as everyone comes in. And then obviously there's a bunch of people coming in here, but we'll try to get to questions if folks have that, because I know some people do have some questions out there. We've got Richard Hughes. We should have Babyface. He'll be getting in here a little bit late. We should also have Mike from MW Tactical. Hopefully, we'll get over whatever questions people have, and then we'll be able to talk about some gun stuff and other things that are going on. Right?
Florida Man.
Yeah. Oh, Florida Man stuff. Yes, I know. You enjoy the Florida Man stuff. It's Wednesday. So let's see. I don't know. Where do we start here? I think you, Richard Hughes, if people really want to know, you are responsible for kicking off this whole thing. So I guess I'll just start from the beginning. So last night after the show, we turned on a video about Forge from Freedom and what's going on with them. I do genuinely believe that they are defrauding people, not just myself, other folks out there. I mentioned 2 people in that video, but I've since heard from other people, and I know that there's even more other people that fall into that category of never getting paid. There's several other things going on there. All that stuff's going to unfold. That video's up. It's on the Hank Strange channel. If you guys...
Is it really up?
It's up. Well, that video from yesterday is up. What Richard is talking about right now is I did just put out a snippet from episode 369 of where Sam from Forge from Freedom was here talking to us voluntarily about stuff. I put up a snippet of that, but he apparently doesn't want anyone to see that because he's trying to make privacy strikes against it, which is hilarious. He's trying to make privacy strikes about a video that he voluntarily came on for over an hour to talk shit about people. Fine. He came on. We asked him questions. I think I was more than fair. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, yeah. I saw the video.
Yeah.
Here's the whole thing. If you do everything right, you have nothing to be embarrassed about. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Hank and I had a conversation last week, and I got an email from Forged from Freedom T-shirts, like, hey, what great T-shirts we have, buy stuff from us. And I'm like, all right, how do I get off this list? And I go to the bottom of the list, and I say, hey, take me off the list. And it says comment, and I say, pay Hank.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, and you have so the reason why you did that is several weeks ago. I'm trying to remember exactly. Oh, Babyface is coming in. There
I made it. I told you. I was 7 minutes. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no, that's cool. Yeah, so I think, what was it, like several weeks ago, I actually came on air and discussed that with people. We were talking about, because Richard is actually, I don't know if you know this, Babyface, but we're talking about the video that we put out on Hank Strange about...
The one from last night?
Yeah, the one from last night about Forge from Freedom. So Richard is the is part of what happened. So that's what I'm explaining to people. A couple of weeks ago, I came on here. I asked Sam to remove us after some long, drawn-out stuff from the site, to take us off the store, remit whatever money he owes us and all that. And then when I came on air, I said, hey guys, just letting you know this going on. We're not dealing with Fortune Freedom anymore. We didn't get paid. There's some other things. So we're not dealing with those guys. Richard, I think you were in the chat maybe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he heard about that. And then you were saying that you heard about that and you got something on a mailing list?
Yeah, so Fortune Freedom, because I bought a shirt from them, the story, I don't mean to throw anyone under the bus, but I'm kind of am. $30 T-shirt's a lot of money, and at least in my book. And maybe I make a lot of money, but I have a lot of debt. So $30 hurts. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm supporting Hank. Let me get the T-shirt.
I appreciate
and it was the
it,
don't California up my Florida. So I got it. And so I'm on the mailing list, and I get a list, email from Fortune Freedom. I'm like, I heard what was going on, and like, I don't want anything from this guy. And I figured, hey, let me just let him know what my feelings are. And I said, take me off the list. I clicked the button, and it says why, and I said, pay Hank. I didn't go too deep into it. I just said, pay Hank.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So because that happened, I mean, we've been trying to deal with this in the background. Sam's been promising us he's going to pay us, send us a check, all kinds of different things going on that never happened. So because that happened, he started texting me very upset, asking me, what does this mean? And I said, I think the statement is pretty, it's pretty accurate. I don't know what else what kind of explanation you need from it. And then he got really mad because he feels like I shouldn't tell anyone what's going on. But I don't know why I shouldn't tell anyone what's going on. If something's going on, if people like Richard Hughes are spending their money, supporting us, giving us their money to support us, why shouldn't you guys know about what's going on? Why shouldn't you ask about what's going on? I think you have the right when you spend your money. I think you have like a fiduciary responsibility when you're taking money from people or asking people to buy things. You have a responsibility to those people. So, yeah, so that started off this whole thing. Lots of threats and stuff like that from Sam. I think we've all seen it before. And that's what made me make that video. And basically, if you look at it, that's just me. I turned on the camera, said what I had to say, put it out there. I really didn't even push that video. I just put it out there, drove home. I was looking at car stuff last night, if anyone wants to know, before I went to sleep, because Lotus came out with a friggin' 2,000 horsepower.
Whose engine?
Yeah.
I didn't even read that yet.
It's electric. It's 100% electric. I'm not sure who makes the motors. I think it has something to do with the F1 team that Lotus is part of. So anyway, I didn't even really get involved in. I just put up the video there. I think it speaks for itself. Obviously, people have been out there attacking me. Now whenever you see when someone puts out something, when I let's say I make a statement and I put it out there, and people decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to attack this guy. I'm going to dox him. I'm going to tell everyone what his real name is. Scary. When people start doing that or talking about Lola and all that kind of stuff, you have to ask yourself, that's interesting. You're not saying anything about the fact that, you defrauded these guys. You're not showing us proof. Let's say I'm lying. Show me the proof. Show us the receipts.
Sure.
Show where, people were paid. Or show where the people are saying, hey, that's not true. I never told Hank Strange that. Let's see all of that. But that's not happening. Instead, what you're getting is like personal insults and stuff like that. So go ahead, Richard. I think you want to say something.
Yeah, I don't believe in ad hominem attacks. I believe if my ideas are good enough and I can back them up, I don't have to call names. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Sam basically came on your show doing the same thing. Hey, I didn't get paid from Eric, Iraq veteran. And look, I don't know Eric from a hole in the wall. I shook his hand. He talked to me for a couple of minutes. Everybody seems nice. Him, Chad, his wife, the whole shoot match. But I walked away from watching that show saying, okay, Sam had a deal with Eric, but what did Eric's deal with whoever he makes videos for have to do with anything? It wasn't Sam's part to drop dime on Eric's other business dealings. And that was kind of scorched earth in my mind. That's you can say whatever you want. Hey, I had a deal with him. He's not honoring it.
Yeah.
Fine. You can. Sam could have gone there. So I kind of lost a little bit of respect for Sam at that point. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah. At the same time, by the way, if one of you, like Patrick, if you can keep track of questions that people have, we'll definitely.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Get into that. One of the things is like he feels he had the right to do that. I mean, as he said in there, he accepted money from Eric. He promised him that he would leave all of this alone. He made the agreement. Maybe it wasn't the amount that he wanted, but if you agree to take money from someone, and you first tell them, oh, I'll sign an NDA, then you get the money, and you're like, no, I'm not, I don't feel I have to sign an NDA, you should trust me, or whatever it is, and then you go back on that, well, and he felt he had the right to do that. But yet somehow he feels like if I've gone out there and promoted him and sold t-shirts and all that kind of stuff, and he hasn't over the 2 years sent us money on a regular basis. Like I said, he sent us money one time. Every month he should have been sending us something, right? Or with some frequency. If he hasn't done that, and then I've been trying to figure this out, and he hasn't done anything about it, he feels like I don't have the right to say anything about that. Of course I do. And when you decide to threaten me, then these things come out. There's a bunch of things on top of that. Like he feels that, for example, because when I would talk to him about this and say what's going on with this, he'd go, listen, I'll give you a gift card that that you can use, and you can buy shirts from the site. Okay, so that means I'm getting shirts that I'm going to wear, keep advertising. I gave the shirts to Babyface. We gave away shirts to people and all that kind of stuff. That's crazy.
He's the Pinkertons. You got to get paid in Pinkerton bucks so you can buy from the Pinkerton company store.
Right,
and they get all the money in the end.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, he did things like he came on the podcast here, I guess, and gave us money in the super chat, and he feels like that's something. I appreciate people coming on, giving us money in super chat, to mention their things. That's not the only way I mention people. People ask stuff all the time. I mention people and all that without them doing it. He's been on here many times, as well as I've worn those shirts on the channel and all that. So
charitable donations are not payments. You chose to give a charitable donation to me or to somebody. That's not in lieu of payment. You just did that out of the kindness of your heart, in my book. Yeah. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to give somebody a charity like $200 in charity and then go back and say, well, I really paid you that $200, so you owe me something.
Right.
It's insane.
On top of that, there's so many things to unpack here. I mean, on top of all of that, there's other people. So there's other people that I know for sure that these people are also owed monies. And so once I find that out, like, how do I keep dealing with you, knowing that this is what's going on and been going on? And we try to work this out in the background. I think, people who know me are aware of this, that I try to work it out. I tried not to make this into a big thing and all that kind of stuff. But when you start threatening me, then, well, this is where we wind up. So he threatened me. That's why we're here. That's why we're having these conversations. I did try to work this out in the background, but I don't know what people really want. Like, I think if there's someone out there defrauding everyone, you either want me to tell you or not tell you. But if I'm trying to work it out, isn't that what you're going to say? Like, oh, why don't you guys work this out? Well, try to work it out. And then when it came to a point where he's threatening me, then it's going to come out. So far as like Yankee Marshal is involved in this whole thing, Yankee Marshal does not have a good relationship with me. I've tried to do that. I've tried to communicate with him. He only wants to communicate with me on his live podcast and all that in public. He doesn't want to just talk to me about things and work out the different things that we have. He just wants to sensationalize everything, make something out of it. Fine. This is the same exact game that he plays. On top of that, he's the one out that has a video out there telling people to go buy stuff from the site and that you're supporting me and Military Arms Channel, Guns and Gear, etc. And that is a fraud. If you go on the site, you can see, as I showed you guys in the video, that I wasn't even there, but I was ghosted there. If you search it, you see a link and people could buy through that. And Military Arms Channel is still on the site.
No, it's not Hank Strange, it's HS Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, come on. If that's not fraud, I don't know what is. I don't know what would amount to that. I'm sorry, Babyface, you wanted to say something?
No, I don't. I don't know how it came across in the video. I don't know how everybody's taking it. I don't personally, and I'm not going to speak for Hank, but I personally don't think Yankee Marshal is complicit in this, in the sense that they're like scheming together. I don't think it's anything like that. I think he accidentally got caught up in this without knowing that people aren't getting paid, and now is just happened to be brought into it. So
right. My understanding, he's not getting paid either. Obviously, Sam has excuses. The thing that I would say to you guys is Sam is like a con artist, and he's very good of convincing people of things, me included. That's why I apologize in the video for being part of this situation. I'm not going to try to act like I'm not part of this situation. Ultimately, I have to trust people and deal with them. But when I find out things, and when things escalate to this level, I have to decide, do I want to run and go hide somewhere, especially when someone's threatening me, or do I want to go, okay, I guess we'll just have this conversation publicly. That's where we are now. We're going to have this conversation publicly, not because I want to, but because at this point, I guess I have to, and I have to let people know before people keep putting money into Forge from Freedom, and maybe they get shirts, but the money never goes to the people that they say that it's supposed to go to support. And on top of that, I think we all remember that these guys were saying how there was money for T-shirts that was going to Second Amendment organizations, right? Mm. There's some Second Amendment organization out there, I'm not going to get into it or whatever, I'll let you guys get into it, that they're saying that this money is going there. Show me the receipts. I would like to see the proof that went to Second Amendment organizations, because I have what I consider to be reliable information that never happened.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Uncle Mike wants to know what sort of agreement you have over your branding and content that was on his site, or does he just have free reign of anything that he gets to put up there?
I don't. You know what? We designed all that stuff, obviously, but my understanding is that those are designs that in some cases we came up with together here. They were like, oh, we should do this. We should do this kind of thing, and then we discussed it with them, and then they put it up. They obviously. That was the agreement for them to do that legwork and put those things up there. So,
did you design the art?
Huh?
Hank, did you design the art? You say, hey, this.
No, I didn't. No, I did not design the art. In cases, I might look at things and go, okay, this is cool, or I'm thinking about something like this. And I think that's what happens with everyone, right? That's the whole deal here of us agreeing to do something with someone, that they do this legwork. That's why we get 20%, they get 80%, and they get to absorb their costs and everything. Now, if you're asking me if I come up with ideas, or anyone who's on the site come up with ideas and cool T-shirts and puts it up there, that's an implicit understanding, whether it's in, I know people go, is it in writing or whatever, that these are designs that are related to the person, and they're out there pushing that, right? Sometimes I wore other people's designs, in shirts and stuff like that, but this is all part of how that works. So, I don't know. Did that answer the question? Yeah.
Yeah. I did IT consulting for 10 years, and like the first contract or two, I went over with like a fine-tooth comb. I passed it by some friends that were pretty savvy. And finally, I'm like, you know what? If I have to go to the contract, I'm already screwed. Mm-hmm. If I can't deal with people at an arm's length agreement, and I got to go to the contract, then I got to lawyer up, and then it's a whole, FUBAR sideways show. It's no good. And that's why, for the most part, I rather deal with a handshake.
Yeah.
Other than some details like, hey, you're renting this for me, you'll pay me this much each month. Something like that. Then I want a little bit of writing, because then you could say it's $10 and I said $20.
Yeah. Someone's asking about NOC. I don't know about Kevin. You'd have to ask him. I believe he's very new to doing all of that. So you'd have to ask him, and he'd have to answer that for you. But I can tell you that the major people who were on there, they, I got messages. I'm not going to show text messages from people, but I got a message from someone else that was on that site up until recently. And that message says, dude, I never got paid. I don't even know how many T-shirts I sold. Mm-hmm. And that's someone who's bigger than I am.
From what I understand, the back end you're supposed to be able to dial into to see what sort of money you're owed, how many things you've sold, doesn't function. It just shows a big fat goose egg constantly.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. I have a feeling. Yeah, I have a feeling it can be done. I believe that it actually can.
No, it's easy.
Yeah, it could be done.
I worked on that when I was at the other gun company. We worked on that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a common thing when it comes to affiliate marketing, whatever it's called. That's just a normal everyday sort of thing. That's not weird.
Yeah.
But from what I've been told, it's being held in a spreadsheet and it's not actually on that site, which that's a red flag to me if somebody ever came to me and said, "Hey, do some affiliate marketing, but my affiliate site doesn't work, but don't worry about it." I'd be like, okay. Yeah.
Tyman's asking about the copyright images of my likeness, etc. on the page. I don't know if those are still, I can't remember whether or not those are still up there, but if I ask you to take down, close the page and all that, that means anything that had to do with me, including the shirts and all that stuff. Yeah. Akiaski says, I mean, the URL to the HS legacy ends in Hank Strange. You laugh out loud.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It's got your name on it because he can't change the URL.
He doesn't want to lose the backlinks. He wants to still make money off of us and then never pay us that money.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line of that. I mean, it just for me alone, you guys see that. You can go out and ask anyone else. But what's going on.
My guess, and Hank and I talked a little about this yesterday, or this morning, I think. My guess is he's using a well-known product, well-known sales company to sell shirts. So like Big Commerce or what's the other one? I can't think of the name of it. One of those sites where you brand your own website and sell through it. My guess is he's using something like that. And you have to deliberately go in and change the name of the title of the page, change what's on the page. That's not done automatically. That's done by a person. And to change the URL, it's fairly difficult. And then you lose all your backlinks, and that's a thing that most people don't want to deal with.
Okay.
So
when you could just take down the page and you would change
but right now, if you Google Hank Strange shirts, what's the first backlink that comes up on Google? And
is it still there?
Yeah, of course it's still there. It's not going anywhere. And that's you're going to make money off of that. And I took it down. I can't believe people are still buying it. Well, I don't owe you that money. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, so
I could be totally wrong. I'm willing to say that I could be completely wrong about all of it, but
if you're someone who's out there saying that your business model is that you are working with and for the Second Amendment community, the gun guys, and if those gun guys are going out there and wearing your shirts and promoting you in lots of different ways, which I think all the ways we did are obvious to you guys, including we did some of this stuff where they said they were going to give money. I saw someone asking about whether or not the Second Amendment organizations got their money. I'm going to tell you that my understanding is no, but hey, let's ask people to show this. I think the burden of proof is on them. If you're a good business person and you've been doing this whole time, up until recently where something supposedly happened to you, then you could show us that. And you could say, hey, I was doing this all the way up till then, but yeah, maybe I hit this thing at this point. You not like, oh, this whole time I never did anything. Because that's ultimately the definition of that is fraud. And regardless of what your financial situation is, that doesn't have anything to do with the folks out there. Maybe if I believe that if he was dealing with me in a straight up way, that this wasn't an issue, I could see where I can go, okay, this guy's going through something. But I would still want to know proof. I don't just go out there and go, okay, I'm going to do this. Especially not if I see that there's already problems. I'm going to start looking into things because, listen, I don't know about you guys, but we've all been conned before. This is not the first time. It's probably not going to be the last time. But eventually you start like, oh, wait a second, this is a red flag that's going up here. Maybe I need to look into things. And that's what the situation is. Of course, from his point of view, which you can all see, when I ask questions and start looking into things, his response is to get mad and start making threats and carrying on. I could tell you guys that I took out a snippet of the episode 369 that he was on, and I put that up where he said that he took money from Sam, agreed to not discuss anything, and then still went ahead and did that. I posted that today, and the first thing he did was go out there and do a copyright strike against that video and the podcast that he was on, if that makes any sense to you.
I don't. Was there any description? So that's new. You haven't said that yet. That's a big deal. To anybody out there that just heard that, let that sink in for a second, because that's not something to just gloss over. He today, I guess, went and copyright struck the video that he had agreed to be on
Yep.
Did he give a reason for it?
No.
Because there should be some. It can't, because when you do a copyright strike on YouTube, you have to put who it comes from. So the person that gets copyright struck knows what email address it came from. Is there no description as to what the claim is?
Let me see. I'll bring it up here. Let's see.
Because that's a big deal. That's a really big deal that you go on a show that is helping you discuss something.
Yeah.
And then when the winds turn south on you, you decide, well, that can't be out in the public eye anymore. That needs to be gone.
Yeah, so all it says...
That's really shady.
Yeah, all it says, I mean, I could send it to you. It just says, Dare Lifestyles are locked and loaded. This to notify you that we received a privacy complaint from an individual regarding your content. And conveniently, it is episode 369. And there's a link to that episode. And I think there's some kind of like timestamp on it here. I can get Lola to send that to you if you really want to see it, and it says like you can try to work this out, etc. And he did this over 2 videos, the entire episode, and then the snippet that I put up there. So you guys have to ask yourselves, this is an innocent guy that all of us, when he wanted to go after ID 8888, this was all good.
Talk about it.
Yeah, this was all good.
The second shit turns south on him, you can't have that.
So if there's some questions, ask him. How come you don't want anyone to see that podcast now? I
think, and I know Hank backs me on this because he won't let me remove videos either. For me at least, I try to be as a straight shooter as possible, in my opinion. So my opinions tend to not sway too much. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'll go back and forth a little bit, but anything that I've said on any of the previous episodes, I pretty much will stick to. Mm-hmm. There's always the chance that something may turn I may have a difference of opinion at some point, but for the most part, anything that I have said previously, you could hold me to it, and I will explain my point of view or whatever. So yeah, going back on something that was said and then having it removed by Google is shady as hell. There's something wrong there.
Right, and I'm not going to stand for that. Just if anyone's wondering.
Hank and I had a disagreement about a video one time, and I was like, "Can you take it down?" He's like, "Fuck no, I ain't taking it down." I was like, "Okay, well."
Yeah, well, and also it's on Gunstreamer for anyone in case something happens or whatever. It's on Gunstreamer. I have all those things backed up. I'm not going to stand for that.
The important snippet is currently out there to be viewed.
Yeah, and all that stuff's up there. I don't think they can do anything for about 48 hours or whatever it is. But yeah, very suspicious that now all of a sudden don't want anybody to see this video.
Yeah.
Oh no, can't see the video. If you guys want to go see it, it's on Hank Strange right now. The last video, it's the snippet, the last video we put up. If you want to see the episode, it's on this channel. It's episode 369. You can take a look at it. So that tells you it wasn't that long ago. We're at, what are we, 419 or something today?
420 tomorrow.
Yeah, so.
What are we going to be doing tomorrow?
I don't think I'm going to be doing anything except doing this. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much where we're at here. Obviously, there was an attempt made to dox me, which some people were telling me that he put my...
He put your full name out there.
Yeah, put my full name out there, and I guess he's threatening of doing more than that.
Because I read the chat, and for anybody out there that is going to come down on me for trolling him, yeah, I will admit that I continued to troll him last night because it was entertaining me at the time. And I think everybody in the chat that regularly watches knows I'm a troll. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry if you don't like that. But yeah, he used your full name as if it was like some big like poke, like, oh my God, I know his full name. I was like,
yeah, well, so here's the thing. Look, I mean,
wait, your last name isn't Strange?
Yeah, right? I always thought it was.
Yeah, so yes, it is. No. Now, so here's the thing. I use Hank Strange because I have 2 children. My kids are in college, as everyone knows. Look, I don't hide a lot of things from people, but I mean, I think there needs to be some
life.
Yeah,
that you should be able to keep private if you choose to.
Absolutely. I don't want people unnecessarily showing up places and things like that when they haven't agreed to do those kinds of things. There's an element of danger and things like that involved here. Obviously I'm making videos showing that I have guns and things like that. Lola works for a living. If anyone wants to know, I know he made some statements about that. Like I'm leeching off of Lola. Like I always tell you guys that we're able to do this because Lola takes her money and puts it into this.
No, she doesn't take her money. You're a married couple. You're a team. You're supposed to be a team.
All right. Okay.
But now this is just like the whole Iraq veteran thing.
Right.
What business of it of Sam's that whether where your finances come from?
It's none of anybody's business.
What does that have to do with him not paying you?
Yeah. I think also, like, as Babyface is alluding to here, look, I am not, yes, absolutely, it's our money and all that. People don't understand our relationship and what we've done for each other and times in life we've made sacrifices and done all that. If you don't get it, I can't do anything for you. You're never going to get it, so.
Do we have my money and your money, or is it our money?
It's our money.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's no my money and your money. Everything is ours. Everything here is ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Marley wanted to take one of my guns tomorrow and go shoot it,
okay. Marley, can I ask you this question? Is there his penis or your penis, or is it our penis? Is it his penis, your penis, or our penis?
It's our penis.
Oh my God, I love Marley. She's so awesome.
This is why I'm marrying her in October.
Yeah. So look,
that whole concept is stupid.
That's a stupid thing, though. If you want to go, like, if you think like what's happening here, this is like school ground stuff. So I'm gonna go at you right here. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. I'm a big tough macho guy, but you think I'm ashamed of my wife? Because I'm not at all.
If Marley was ever able to make more money than me, I would fucking love it. Are you serious?
When I got married, my wife made more money than me.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
It's all good.
But there's sort of, and this may be some stupid macho stuff, but there's sort of a man code where you can go after another man, but you don't go dragging their wife and kids into it or any of that. It just seems wrong to me. Mm-hmm. That's my piece on that.
I'm sure that has, yes, absolutely. But what my thing about that is, I think there's just an element of, I don't actually have a ground to stand on here. That the truth has now been exposed, so what I'm going to do is lash out.
I think we kind of came to
in terms of what they're up to. I know I'm trying to deal with all the different things. I did look at some of the comments from that video. I've honestly been doing a bunch of stuff. Today I've spent a lot of time talking to people. This is the difference between like me, I think, and lots of folks out there, right? Not trying to bring anyone down, but I actually put information out there of how people can get through to me and talk to me. And people that wanted to know about this, I have personally spoken to people on the phone. The phone.
Yeah,
I've spoken to people to explain. Yeah, not just you. I'm talking about like folks out there who support me.
Big names, yes.
No. The folks out there who support me.
You're talking just regular old folks.
Yeah, they're not regular. I mean, yes. Okay.
We're regular
people.
Old folks.
The people, yeah. I've spoken to people who are upset, like people saw stuff being said about Lola, stuff being said about me or whatever, and they want to talk, and I'm like, okay, let's talk so I can explain it to you. And I had that conversation. Some people, I had it in text. Some conversations are still going on. Obviously I'm here on the show, and this is why I do the show, so that people can talk to me. I know there's some people, I think, that mention like, oh, how come you didn't just talk to Yankee Marshal? I have tried to communicate with Yankee Marshal. He's not interested in that. He only likes sensationalism. He only likes throwing things at people. This is a guy who came here on the show and ambushed me in regards to Colin Noir, and anytime he wants to talk to me is just to get me on his show so that he can ambush me again. I mean, last night he sent me an email. The email basically said, oh, come on my live stream. What? I already said what I had to say.
The ambush tactic is not, it doesn't, you don't wear that well.
Yeah.
That doesn't wear well on a person, to just bring you on to ambush you and have the chat yell at you, sort of thing.
Well, I mean, look, if let's say I did that to you, both of you guys here, we're friends, right? If I did that to you, something went down and I just put it out there, I think that you probably would not be happy with it, right? But and I'm gonna try to see if we can get Mike in here, so that's why I'm a little distracted here.
Yeah.
So you might not be happy with it, but you probably would reach out and go, Hank, I'm not happy about this, but what is up? Like, why did this thing? Okay, we do have Mike in here. You would probably say to me, hey man, what's going on? Is this true? Were you getting, Mike is doing his. Yes. Did you start this? Yes, that's what happened. He started this.
I would not confirm or deny that.
Oh boy. Yeah. So I think listen, if he really wanted to talk to me, he might have reached out and said, "Look, that's not cool how you just put me on blast." Has Yankee Marshal put anyone on blast? I just want to ask I'm asking for a friend. Does Yankee Marshal put anyone on blast out there? I don't know. Somebody tell. Yeah. So, he didn't say that. He just said, "Oh, come on my live stream, man. Come on my live stream." And I've had other people. Why would I have an interest in that? You are the one that's been making your bones all this time doing this stuff, and I've said what I had to say. And if people want to keep, if those guys want to keep attacking me, go ahead, keep attacking me. I will keep putting stuff out there. I will keep putting information out there for people so that they can make up their minds and decide what they want to do. And we'll just play this game. And we'll see how far this goes. Because I think ultimately, the people in the gun community, your money, you work hard for it. You want your money to go to support gun guys who are speaking out for you, okay, and carrying your message out there. And you also want your money to go to pro 2A organizations. And when that's not happening, I don't care how pro-gun that person says they are, what kind of bullshit FUD challenges that they do. You are the worst kind of FUD when you allow that to happen. You're like, oh, I don't even know what happens to the money. I don't care. I don't care about money. That's BS. That's my opinion. Let me read this real quick. Gibson Fender, he gave us $20. He says, Hank, you're the most open and fairest guy on YouTube, in my honest opinion. And Lola, who I've never met, is one of my favorite people on YouTube. Keep doing what you're doing. Screw the haters. Thanks. I appreciate that. This for me, this is really the thing for me that I have to tell you guys. It bothers me because if you're getting ripped off and I don't at some point come out and say this is happening, then what happens?
Yeah. So for anybody out there that doesn't understand, Hank feels, because we've talked about this before. He feels that he has a responsibility, and don't let me talk for you, but you feel that you have a responsibility to your fans, to your audience.
I do.
And by knowingly allowing somebody to take their money and the money not go where it's supposed to, you feel that that's a personal slight against you. Would you say that? And well, it maybe not a personal slight.
I think it's ripping off the people through me, and I don't want to be responsible for that.
Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, I am responsible. I am responsible, but I don't want to allow that to happen knowingly.
I think part of it is just the simple idea of protecting your own ass. Because if this were to come out 6 months from now, people on here that are fans would go, well, if you knew about this, why didn't you tell us? Why we've been paying him money thinking we were helping you, but he's not giving it. I
mean, this is coming out. This is happening. This is not like an if situation. So. This is happening. And here's the thing: like people are like, oh, how could you sit on this for all these years? I didn't know this for all these years. I knew for a long time that he only paid us once, and every time I try to talk to him, I got BS'd and danced around and all that kind of stuff. And then, it's just lately, I think, especially since the stuff went down with IV88, and I saw that particular situation that happened, and I started scratching my head like, wait, you're gonna actually tell me that you took this guy's money and you made an agreement, and now you're going back on it, And he was saying he did that because of me, because he saw it, Eric said something and it set him off. Okay, but all of that started making me question things, and when I started questioning things started coming up. I started finding out things when he wanted me to get involved in another thing with him. And I was like, I'm not going to just go into this without looking into it. He got mad because I was looking into it. All of that keeps pushing me down. So at some point, I think that, you are my friend, Patrick. You're aware of what I do and how I think about things. I'm very deliberate.
Yeah, I thought the comment I got last night that I'm just a fanboy was fairly interesting to me.
Yeah. Now, wait, were you on a video chat? What was it?
No, I was trolling Hank's comments on that video he posted. I was just going through trolling the comments because that entertains me late at night. But I was told that I'm blind to everything and just a total fanboy. And I wanted to be like, I don't think you fully understand Hank and my relationship, because I'm not a fan of his content. I don't watch Hank's content most of the time.
I believe that.
I'm a good
not
friend.
Even when you're in it.
Exactly. I consider myself a good friend beyond a fanboy.
Yeah, I think we're friends. And also what I've always tried to tell you is that, listen, you should have your own stuff. And, I don't want you to, I know that you're interested in certain things. And I'm like, dude, do your own thing and I'll help you as much as you can. to do that thing. I believe in ownership, not just for me. I think other people should have ownership over their things. Build something, make things that belong to you, so that hey, in the future, you don't wind up in a situation like this. You have your thing, and if you're like finally get sick and tired of me and Bullpups and all that kind of stuff, you can go off and do your thing. I'm sorry, Mike. What's up, man?
No, I was just gonna say the sad part about it is it kind of discredits everything everybody's doing, because when it happens on one front, it's going to bleed over to everything else what other people are doing. So, for instance, I'm doing raise the money to try to put law enforcement officers in jiu-jitsu training. Right now, because of that took place, how many people are going to question?
Yeah,
right,
no, and
going and all this and that.
What does that mean? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I just want to back this up a little bit. So you're trying to raise money. Oh, this has no connection to Forge from Freedom, but you're just saying people might wonder where's the money going.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, because your honor becomes at stake because of what someone else did.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, that's Look, we have to trust each other, but the way the trust thing works is you have to trust a guy. I met Babyface like out of the blue.
Lola was like, no,
you have to trust him, and then you have to see where that goes. And if either one of those people mess that up, then
you got to write it off.
Yeah, you deal with it from there. So I think people should try to trust you, and you have to be the guard of your own honor. But if you violate that, someone also has to come out and say, hey, this is going on. Because I keep telling you guys, silence is violence, If people see that the gun community is like this, and we're like, listen, I don't care what this person does to you, how much money they steal, don't say anything about it. People will take advantage of us all day, and I'm telling you, it's already happening.
Well, it's kind of like being quiet about a rape. If you keep quiet and you just quietly go off into the sunset,
it's going to happen to somebody else.
Like if Mike starts up a deal with him, he's like, oh, Hank was working with him, maybe I'll work with him. And say Mike, I'm sorry for using you as an example, but say Mike's like, hey, this is a good way to raise money for my charitable organization that I want to do these things with. And people go buy things, buy from Mike's store at Forge from Freedom, thinking they're supporting a good cause, and then they're not. And so, in a big way, I think it's good that you're coming out with it. And wait, Hank, are you happy to do this?
No. Why would I be happy?
And I could see that in the video list. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, why would I be happy to do this? I mean, Sam can say whatever he wants to say about me, but the evidence is on the record. You guys could go back over and over again and see that evidence. I don't have to say anything. Go back and look.
Average JoeTube was just said, this is why Hickok and Demo Ranch don't fuck with anybody. I would go on beyond that and say 100%. The reason why Nut and Fancy is seen as an outcast is because he doesn't fuck with anybody, and this is the very reason why he doesn't fuck with anybody.
Yes.
100%.
Yes. This is the reason.
It's smart.
There's no accountability. There's no response. I'm not saying, look, there are people who are true to their word. I have to tell you guys that. There's people who, they're with you, they're rock and roll and all that kind of stuff. I have to tell you guys that. That's the truth. I don't want to say, every gun guy's terrible, because they're not. I would not be here. I wouldn't have built up the things if there's gun guys out there who didn't help me, including the people who I mentioned. This is the thing. These guys have helped me do things over the years, and, this is a reality, but not everyone's that way. Some people see this, some people come in here, and they're not really, they're like, oh, I'm all about the Second Amendment, I'm all down for the cause, but they're really here for the money. I'm not saying, everyone needs money. We made the world this way. This is how it is. I don't get credit. It doesn't help me to pay my bills because I'm a gun guy. Most of the time, that takes things away from me. There's people that don't want to deal with me because I'm a gun guy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you don't think that people are in this, some people obviously do it for fun. I like to count myself as one of those. But people are in this to make money. People are in any business, in any sort of thing, to make a little bit of money, of course. And if you don't realize that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Also, your word means something. You personally, Babyface, I'm pretty sure that Richard's like this and Mike is like this. You guys, your word means something to you, right or wrong?
That's all I have in the world.
Oh yeah,
that is it.
Yeah. And so, this is the ultimate thing. So we can't have this dichotomy of no, all the gun people must be perfect, They all have to get along. No one can say anything, because what happens is people out there who are con artists and scammers, they know how to take advantage, how to play with your emotions and take advantage of that. If you don't know me, if you don't know all the things that I put into this, if you don't realize that I'm here from the morning into the night, and all of that kind of stuff. If you don't get it, if you don't see that I do this every day, that I have 2 channels in which I'm doing this, and social media and all that kind of stuff, if you don't see that I'm fighting, Babyface will tell you this, I'm fighting with local politicians here to my own detriment. There's people who I deal with and they get mad at me because they say I can tell these guys stuff, but they don't really mean it. You know, they don't really want me to fight with the politicians. There's all kinds of things that go down, and you don't see that every day. And you don't realize, like, I am not, as Richard is saying, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to spend my time doing this. I could very easily do it and switch my channel over to always doing that. But here's the thing. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it either, because I reserve the right, if there's some bullshit going on, to come out to you guys and say, there's some bullshit going on. You know, take a look at this.
I think what attracts me to this channel is I enjoy watching it because I have a good time. I have fun. I have fun in the chat. I have, when I'm not on the show, I like just chatting and having a good time.
Yeah, I'll see. That's the one thing, I will sit and watch the live streams because they're entertaining, and for the most part, they're pretty interesting. You get people on that are people I'd like to talk to, hear stuff from, like last night. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that was a good show last night. I think I don't know. Everyone, Mike, I don't know if you got a chance to catch it, but we had the. Oh yeah, I think I saw Mike commenting. About,
I was in the chat.
Well, those are your peeps, right? Are those guys?
Yeah, I know them.
Like,
he just wants them to open another store.
I wanted to open another store closer to the house.
Everybody wants that.
You asked me that like 6 times.
Yeah.
Like, how far away are they? Are they 10 miles? So you need them 5 miles away?
Exactly.
No, all right. So basically, if I leave my house, I got to get on 77, jump on Interstate 20 to get on 26. So it's about 20 to 30 minutes. Right?
Oh, really?
But if I have to hit it, if I want to go to Palmetto State Armory in rush hour traffic, that would literally be about a 2-hour drive. That's how bad traffic is.
Oh no, that's
you know how long it would take me to get there, to get to see all their cool stuff.
Yeah. About 8 hours, right?
Yeah, a long time.
Now here's the other funny thing about it: the office that they was talking to you in, Palmetto State Armory, is like walking distance. It's literally right next door to the store.
Yeah, that's what I heard. We'll try to go down there and take a look. They also have some stuff going on in Jacksonville, so we'll go see that.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah. If y'all come to Columbia, South Carolina, let me know. I'll put some stuff on and we'll make it happen.
Yeah, let me ask everyone out there to smash the thumbs ups, please. If you hate us or whatever, if you're in here to hate us, I get it. Do the thumbs downs, whatever, if it floats your boat. I know there's some people with comments. I don't know if you want to go through Babyface. I do want people to get a chance to say whatever they have to say, even if they want to, complain to me about something or whatever.
I haven't seen anything. We're very much preaching to the choir here. The people that are going to be watching this are going to be fans. I doubt very many people are going to tune in that don't like you.
Okay.
You're just going to get the drive-by shit throwers.
Okay. I mean, if Hater Patrick is still lurking in the back of your brain, you can tell me stuff that you...
No, there's nothing that bad. It's just the some of the comments that Yankee Marshal threw out last night bothered me, but you got thicker skin than I do, and it's not being thrown at me, so So
honestly, like I said before, man, I don't know, man. When I do stuff like that, I throw my heart into it, right? You guys can go back and see, I didn't edit that. Maybe I should do like a better production. I'm capable of it. I know one of my friends that watched it, actually I got several things. They were like, dude, you need to put that thing on a tripod, put some lights on, edit it.
No, I thought it was good. I thought it was good the way you shot it.
Yeah, no, but I think
it just led to the reality of it.
No, I think I agree with every one of those things you just said, Hank.
It's valid. I think it's valid when people say that. But what happens, here's what I'm saying. Like, I turn on the camera and I just say what I have to say. It's not planned. Everything's there. You can look at it. If you think, I don't find this guy to be genuine or whatever, I want to give you that opportunity. I think maybe it's right if I want to professionally get into doing this, but I don't. I want to have fun, just like you guys are saying. I want to hang out with people. I want the folks out there to be able to interface with me and see that you might think my life is fun and awesome, but I'm probably just as lonely as you guys are. I spend most of my time...
That's why we make such a great team.
Yeah, I spend most of my time here editing, when we're home, and if either I'm trying to get some rest, or I'm editing something, posting things, or we're shooting like we did on Saturday where we all almost died, out in the heat. This is what we do. So it may seem to folks out there like I'm balling out somehow every day. I try to enjoy my life. I'm not apologetic about that, but at the same time, I relate to you guys, and I want you to see that I'm like that and you're like that. And there's people on this. I never knew Patrick before I did this. I never knew Richard Hughes before I did this. I never knew Mike from MW Tactical before I did this. And this is how we all meet each other. Some of the folks out there have actually met in person. Some of the people out there, you guys text me all the time, call me up every now and then. We see each other somewhere at some kind of event or whatever.
We are the weird World of Warcraft guys of the gun community. If that doesn't make sense, I can explain.
Mike, don't let him get away with that one.
No, I won't say that one. But I will say this. We have a funny get-together, because we don't physically be in the same location all the time. But when we do get in the same location, it's like we knew each other for years.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't miss a beat.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And like, I don't personally know everybody that I chat with on here, but I feel confident that,
you probably will one day.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like it'd be weird. That's why I say World of Warcraft.
No.
Those people.
There's good people out there. There's good people out there.
Let me recant a little bit about what I said.
Oh, yeah, RTS guy wants a shout out, by the way. Shout out to RTS guy.
It's like you don't miss a beat unless you're sitting down eating with Hank.
What? Oh, what happened?
All right. So remember when we was out, where were we at? In Indiana at that time? We was at that restaurant and the hotel.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't really like the menu because it was like kind of overpriced food.
Oh, okay.
I ordered the pizza, and actually, if you wanted some pizza, you was like, yeah, let me eat this first.
Yeah.
Turned around, the pizza was gone.
Oh.
I got heckled the rest of the night because the pizza was gone.
I didn't jack, but wait, are you saying I jacked your pizza? I don't think so.
No, you didn't jack it.
Someone did.
When I ate it all myself.
Oh, okay.
Right? But you was like, man, hold on, I thought you offered me a piece of pizza. I was like, dude, you took too slow. You still eating your burger.
Yeah, that food, there's no way that food in that hotel could feed us. So that's the thing. And I think the Nuge was sitting like a couple of seats behind us.
Yeah, it was like 2 booths.
Yeah. This is a fun life, but it's not every day, as a lot of people know, right? No one's life is fun every day. No. So there's fun, cool things, but we are like-minded people. We're not all exactly the same. Most of the times we look at that, and this is a cool thing, right? Everyone has their little quirks and things. You're like, oh, this is cool, That we have this one thing in common. We're coming from different backgrounds and ages and ethnicities and all of this kind of stuff, but we can get together on this common thing of guns, the Second Amendment, freedom, and all that kind of stuff. We can be who we are with each other, and we can enjoy. Okay, that has a price. Sometimes the price of that is when there's people in the middle of that are trying to separate everyone or take advantage of people. You got to call it out. I'm sorry. I know it's uncomfortable. It hurts. It hurts me too.
Right.
Yeah.
If this was, and I don't have kids, so I can't really say this one about myself, but who was it? Jordan Peterson had a thing about raising kids. If you were just friends with your kids all the time, your kids would be fucking atrocious, horrible humans when they grew up. Sometimes there has to be that little bit of pain to help the community in the right direction.
Yeah.
Well, without pain and sadness, you really can't enjoy happiness.
Yeah,
Amen.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amen.
You need the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me tell you, riding a motorcycle through the rain, when you get home and get to dry clothing, it's like, holy shit, I've never felt
very
this.
fast.
Yeah.
Oh, this feels so, dryness feels amazing. Holy shit.
So
I've taken Big Dry for granted.
when I was a drill sergeant, the transmission in my truck went out, and I literally rode my motorcycle back and forth to work every day for about 3 or 4 months. But it was the raining season here. Oh my goodness! You talk about it, humbled me down. Really?
Can you you couldn't get a motorcycle umbrella?
What the hell is that?
I think that would have probably been a little unsafe.
Yeah, someone needs to invent the motorcycle umbrella. You just Velcro this thing around your motorcycle, zip yourself in. It's all
off like Harry Potter.
Yeah, you're all good to go. Yeah, let me. Okay, Lola says Smooth Operator has a question. Average Joe, I don't know if someone can find that question. Average Joe said the hotel food was expensive, but Ted Nugent was there. Laugh out loud.
So, okay, Smooth Operator. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm interrupting you, Hank. Smooth Operator, I think he said this twice or three times, and I'm just now seeing it. I'm curious, if you weren't being paid for 2 years, why did you do a live stream with Ford Freedom 2 months ago exposing Iraq? Just looking for some clarity.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to tell people is that we've been dealing with him for over 2 years. We got paid one time, and then after that, every time this thing would come up, you know, I'll be like, hey, are we selling T-shirts? It's very difficult. The way he has it set up, I could tell you I spoke to another YouTuber way bigger than I am who's been doing it longer than me, and he says that he was on there and he asked to be removed some time ago, probably around the same time as this whole IV thing was going down, right? He says he doesn't know how many T-shirts he sold, and this guy's bigger than me, so he probably sold more than I did. That kind of stuff was going on, and we were trying to figure that out. And we would ask every time we got asked, he would do this thing of, "Oh, I'll give you a gift thing. You could do this or whatever." And so it just became one of these things that kept getting pushed down. But I was not aware this was happening to other people until other people started either reaching out to ask me things, or like I said, stuff was coming up, and I started asking about it and talking to other people. I didn't realize this, which is about around the same time as this whole IV thing it was going on. So how I am is, as people are trying to say that I'm just trying to kick someone when they're down, this same question you're asking me proves the opposite of that. You know, if I really wanted to kick him when he was down and he went up against one of the biggest guys in this gun thing, come on. You know, that would have been an easy thing for me to do. If you don't know me, I don't operate like that. And I am friends with Eric. So that's another thing you don't know. You guys don't realize that before I went on air with him to talk about this, I spoke to Eric and I was like, what's up with this? There's other things that you guys also don't know, that other charges that he put out there about Eric. So I spoke to him and I was like, dude, what's up with this? What's your answer to this? And he answered me and he spoke to me. He told me the way things went down. He said the same thing that Sam said, that Sam promised, you know, that if he paid this money, he would just go away, leave him alone. I wouldn't say anything about him. And then all of a sudden found a reason to bring it back up. So if you want to, go ahead.
Quick question, interjection there. Was the number ever said as to what he was paid to be quiet?
$12,000.
I wasn't going to put it out there, but if it was said, if somebody paid me $12,000 to shut the fuck up, I'm shutting the fuck up. That's just how I'm going to be.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're asking like, why didn't all of this come out then or whatever? Because this is how I am. I was still trying to deal with all these things, but eventually this stuff came to a head within the last few months, and definitely within the last few weeks, and then within the last few days, when we were, you know, after I said, how long ago was it? I said, Richard, that we're not dealing with them anymore. It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like
I was there last week, and we had a conversation about it.
I never made a big deal about it. You guys think I couldn't have made a big deal about it? I never made a big deal about it. I didn't like go put it, you know, blast it on the mountain or anything like that. This guy keeps telling me he's going to send checks. He doesn't send a check and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, because Richard asked him, he got mad, started cursing me out, telling me off, threatening me. That's why we're here. I try to work this. Whenever I do stuff, when he came on here to talk about that, I was fair and honest with him and let him say what he had to say. Okay? This is how I try to operate here.
You had him on, and that wasn't doing you any favors with, Eric, a rec veteran.
No. Didn't do me any favors with anyone. There's lots of big guys that we would probably love to have come on the show, but if they see that, they're like, oh, no, I'm not messing. I'm not gonna mess with this guy. But if you guys know me, you'll know that I don't. This is how I try to roll. I'm not a saint. I'm not perfect, but I try to balance things out and give people the benefit of the doubt and all that kind of stuff. And if Sam is the one who insisted on coming on and talking about that thing, I did not want to do it. And if you go back and look, you'll see that we did 2 shows that day. We had a regular show planned. And I didn't want to bring these guys in on all that drama that was going down. So I said, if you really want to do this, we're going to do it separately. I'm going to ask you tough questions. You can go back and look at that. I know he's trying to, Sam is right now trying to remove it. So you should maybe go ask him why he doesn't want that on the record anymore.
Yeah.
But, I was fair and honest with him. But in there, he admits to me and to anyone who was listening that he got paid from Iraq veteran and he made a gentleman's agreement that he was not going to talk about any of this stuff and he was going to let it go.
And that's not what happened.
Yeah, but it's so I don't know if that answers your question. The other thing I would tell you is that this is how he is. He's very good at messing with people's minds and manipulating things and getting in the middle of stuff and all that. And yeah, I'm a person who fell into all of that because I give people the benefit of the doubt. And that's what I'm saying to you. We all do it. We all trying to work with each other and go along and help each other. And some people are going to take advantage of that. If you've lived your life and you've never seen it, then I don't know what to tell you. You're seeing it now, and this is what I feel is happening.
There's a reason why people get away with this for so long, and it's because of, at least in my mind, because of personalities and being able to talk people down and being able to, like, that's the reason how you can get away with this for so long.
Yeah.
Look at what's that, the massive pyramid scheme from forever ago that it's now named after
Bernie Madoff.
The Madoff scandal. He got away with it for how Ponzi scheme, because he got away with it for how long? Because yes, and it was Ponzi was the last name.
Yeah.
How long did he get away with that? Because he was good at it. He was good at talking people off of things. That's it. You feel shitty after you realize it because you're like, damn, I can't believe I got taken for a fool. But it happens to the best of us, I'd say.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Bruce Ludman says you don't expect a fellow gun guy to screw you. You got to trust people in your life. I'm not telling you don't trust people. You got to trust them, but you've got to observe people, and you've got to hold them accountable for things that they do, and you have to have some kind of line that when that gets reached, you go, you know what? Okay, now I'm getting in on this. And look, I know the big thing with the gun community is you're setting yourself up as victims because you don't want people to bring stuff to you. This is why some guys go through stuff and they don't tell you anything. They don't get out here and they don't say it because they don't want to look like a victim. They don't want to look to you like, oh, I'm crying about this thing happened. Because the first thing is like, oh, okay, I'm not telling you to believe me. Ask these people to show you the receipt. That's it. Say, show me where the money went. You asked us to spend money and send money to this person or that person. You said it was going to support Military Arms Channel, Mr. Guns and Gear, Hank Strange, whoever. Show me that money. Show me that happened. You said this money was going to go to the Second Amendment organizations out there. Where'd it happen, dude? Show me the receipts. If when you ask them about the receipts, they say, oh, well, Hank Strange, he's a terrible guy. If that's their answer to that, you decide if that is acceptable to you.
Keep it transparent.
Yeah.
First time I saw you had Sam on, it was like, hey, he started a YouTube channel, everybody sign up. Mm-hmm. And I just unsubscribed. Mm-hmm. But he's also doing a live stream at 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I see that he's talking about that. Yeah, when you make stupid statements like this, be a man and all that, this is not fucking kindergarten, dude. I wasn't born yesterday. This stupid... if you're a man, no one would be asking you to pay them stuff that you owe them. We wouldn't be having this conversation. If you were a man, you wouldn't go to YouTube and try to privacy strike me on a video that you came on voluntarily. That's not man shit. That's not man shit, Sam. I don't have to go on your stupid live stream. You could go on there, talk to yourself, talk to whoever you want to. Knock yourself out, man. Have fun. But man shit means that if you owe people money, you pay them. Okay? You make money off of people. People send you money for T-shirts. You send the people the T-shirts. You keep your money. You send the money out to the people that you owe. Do I have to educate you on man shit? Because that's man shit that you're talking about right there.
He doesn't have to pay because Lola supports you. That makes sense, right?
Go ahead.
Forge for Freedom's in the chat if you didn't notice.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's asking you to come on his thing in an hour.
That's what I just
was
talking about. Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, if you're a man.
That's what I was just talking about. You guys have a good example here of the crap that he's saying, of how much of a man he is, right? How much of a tough guy he is. Words. Like, if you are a business person that hasn't spent your life defrauding people, prove it. That's man shit right there. If you haven't spent your life defrauding people, prove it. If you took money from people saying that it was going to go to Second Amendment organizations out there, pro Second Amendment organizations, prove it, buddy. Prove it. If you had gun tubers like myself, many of us, promoting your site, wearing your t-shirts, helping you sell t-shirts and collect money, and you paid us, prove it. That's man stuff. That's man stuff. Otherwise, like stupid, schoolyard games don't actually work with me. I don't really give a shit about that. So, does he have anything else stupid to say that you want me to respond to? Yeah. Okay.
I think he's gone.
Yeah. These guys can't stand up to the light. That's the thing I'm gonna tell you. They cannot stand up to the light of the questions here. If you think that you have some kind of honor, you will prove it. That's the way that you prove me wrong.
If somebody had something against me, I could guarantee you that I would have a response to them 9 a.m. the next morning with evidence of what I typically follow my word, though. I typically don't have any like, I'm not trying to hide anything as well.
Yeah.
But
if people want to manufacture stuff and double down or triple down on fraud, go ahead. You're just going to dig the hole deeper for yourself.
You never double down.
That's the way to do business is, like I said, overall, just keep it transparent.
Yeah, but, exactly.
So the whole thing of checks and balances is the receipt. The receipt answers all the questions.
Yeah, that's all we got to do. Sure. I mean, that's going to be simple. That's going to be simple. That's going to be straight up. Oh, here's the proof that I paid Military Arms Channel. Here's the proof that I paid Guns and Gear, Mr. Guns and Gear. Here's the proof. Here's the proof I paid Hank Strange. You can't actually show it. Here's the proof I sent money to 2A organizations that you guys thought you were supporting the 2A and fighting the good fight and sending us money, and you got a t-shirt, plus you got to support these people, and someone sold you a lie. Here's the proof. Red Bear says he learned how to be a man from SpongeBob.
I love Red Bear. By the way, can I say Red Bear is my favorite troll?
Wearing his pants extra high?
He is my favorite troll. I love it.
Yeah.
I would not have known as much about Clown World as I do if it weren't for Red Bear. Thank you, Red Bear.
Yeah. So it's really funny, man. It's really funny how people, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but, you're all happy to come on a show like this and talk shit about people. And then conveniently, a couple months later, you don't want that out there. I wonder.
It just doesn't, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. I wonder why that, why could that be?
That to me is the skeeziest thing. You're willing to talk shit about somebody else after you took a big pot of money from them. But when it's going south on you, you have to have that pulled. Yeah. If he's still in the chat, I would like to hear why that.
Well, just ask yourself. Like, I think every time Sam shows up, or even Yankee Marshal, they just prove my point to people. Oh, come on my. I just finished saying, dudes. Didn't I just finish telling you guys? That's all these guys want. Do you guys see me saying to telling someone, come on my live stream, yo? I've been doing this for more than 2 years. Yeah. I'm not like, oh, please come on my live stream, man. But ultimately, that's what people want. You don't have to do that. On your live stream, show people the receipts. Show them the proof. Say, hey, here's the proof that I paid these guys, that I haven't been defrauding people for years. Show it. Go ahead. I can tell you for a fact you can't do it. Show the proof that you gave money to the pro-Second Amendment organizations out there that you collected money on behalf of, because that is serious fraud.
I don't know when that was removed. It's true. And if you didn't, there's big trouble coming your way. I'm sorry to tell you, but if you defrauded a charitable organization, I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Have anybody ever been defrauded to the point beforehand, like you just looked at it and said, how can I make this work out in my favor?
Ask that question again.
Has anybody ever been defrauded in a manner whereas the defrauding had them thinking, how can I make this work out in my favor? Or how can I get back whatever I put into it?
Oh. I don't. No, I don't think so. I always like when that things have happened to me. I don't know. You guys can put your hands up if you've ever been conned. I think I've asked this question before. I've been conned.
Yeah.
I grew up in New York, so several times.
Yeah, I've been conned before.
I don't know if maybe I have and I just don't realize it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If I did get conned, it wasn't anything big enough for me to like really remember it. I've never been out big money.
Has anything ever happened to you from somebody else where when it happened you was like that mother or that son of a...
Yeah, I've had that.
So more likely you got conned.
Yeah, it happens, man. I don't think that we should be ashamed about it. The way to deal with it, like for me, those things happen, you face up to it, you own up to it, and then you move on, and you try to learn your lesson and don't get into things like that. I think a lot of this stuff is pretty obvious. Go ahead.
You can't live your life in regret. I've been a part of deals, a substantial amount of money that I've lost. Actually, I've lost a couple $1 million on Bitcoin. How about that? I had over 400 Bitcoin stolen from me.
Okay. We're talking at a new level right here. The last company I worked for just went public. I'm sorry. They just got bought out by another company, and I didn't buy my little bit of shares when I left. I thought that kind of sucked because it was like probably like $2,000 or $3,000. $1 million in Bitcoin. Holy shit, that's a new level. Holy shit.
Yeah, I lost them in Mount Gox.
Oh man.
Okay.
We have another acquaintance that I know, Hank and I know, that had the same thing happen to him in Bitcoin. I forgot how he lost, but he lost some big money like that as well.
So what's the thing that's been going on with Bitcoin? I don't know if you guys want to keep talking about this crap. There's a couple of things because Bitcoin's been going up and down. Well, did it ever recover?
They're talking about regulating it or something again, aren't they?
Yeah, I read something today, something like it. The way it is right now, it can balance out the market, but then they're trying to put regulations on it to whereas you can't use it.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Okay, hold on. I got to say this. This is funny. Average Joe Tube says Babyface got conned out of outright ownership of his penis. Oh boy. Yep. But he's not sad about it, so that's fine.
It gets used when it needs it.
Yeah. Real Cujo gave us $10. He says, so I got a PMR 30 and just wanted to thank Hank and Lola for great videos. Also jazz pinkies.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mike, isn't this jazz pinkies? Yeah, shout out to Real Cujo. Shout out to Real Cujo, by the way. That's someone who's been supporting me for a long time. I did talk to him today, by the way. So I know he's not always doing good, but I hope he's doing good right now. Let's see, there's a couple of other things. Lola asked me earlier, like, what did you guys enjoy the most about or what did you think was the most amazing thing about the Palmetto State Armory video we did yesterday? Because first of all, I didn't think people were going to love that so much, but they did. I didn't think I would like it so much. Huh?
AR-57.
AR-57, okay.
Kept asking.
That's all Richard Hughes wanted to hear.
Yeah, the one thing that I really liked about it was the fact they came on and they gave you the preview to what's to come, and then everything as far as the making goes. If you actually sit down and talk to Josiah, what he said in 5 minutes about what they have as far as operation, it's more in depth than what he stated on the show.
Oh, I'm sure.
We talked a little bit before the cameras went live about their vertical integration and how they're trying to get things completely vertical.
Right.
That is not a penis joke. But yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing what they're trying to bring in house. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And they've done it.
That's a fantastic story. They started in a garage.
Yeah, they've done it in 11
Yeah,
years.
amazing. They're pretty big right now. Bruce Ludman says, let's start a GoFundMe to get Babyface a new penis. It's just going to wind up belonging to Marley.
Exactly.
You want her to have ownership over 2 penises? Okay, fine. That's actually probably not a bad deal. I'm not going to complain about that. Yeah, you know what I was amazed by? These dudes have 400 CNC machines, 800 employees. So 800 employees on his own, amazing. Any gun company that employs 800 people, God bless you.
Right?
Yeah.
800
Now,
people, but they've got, for every 2 people, they've got 1 CNC machine.
That's awesome.
Well,
Balling.
Yeah.
from the way it sounded, not in the same place. It sounded like the CNC machines were in different places or different companies that they owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So 11 years, I'm blown away. So they did a lot right, because I know people that have been in you know, like the AR-15 business, and they're still working out of a warehouse. You know, more mom and pop-ish and a couple of guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, another thing about these guys also, they're not flashy, you know. So you won't go over there to where they work at. You won't see a Lamborghini.
I like it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That they are very down to earth. They're open to everybody. And I can honestly say every time I walk into PSA, it's always, hey, Mike, what's up? Or, hey, you're the gun guy, right? Like, yeah, that's me. And I just keep walking, shaking hands, and do whatever I'm going to do there.
Yeah.
But majority of the time I go there, I just walk around and look around.
Can we get some Lamborghinis up in there, though?
Actually, I know like 3 people in the area that owns a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And I can't even fit in it comfortably.
Tell them to have a car show. I will show up.
Oh man, they do car shows around here like every weekend, sometimes like 2 or 3 times a weekend.
I will show up for a car show, definitely. Charles grabbed the third, gave us $1. Thank you very much, Charles.
I'm gonna have to throw this up.
Okay, South Maryland Harley driver said thumbs ups, people. What's up now?
Rod Mills has
My man Rod.
Rod Mills, if anybody doesn't know, I don't know if Rod's in the chat right now, has been obsessed with FaceApp.
Oh, is this the old? Please, no more of the old man thing. Tyvin was telling me that's a Russian plant.
Yeah, I heard Russia was taking your information off of that.
But since Rod already did the picture, let me see if I get it. Hold on, let me pull up Skype so I can actually. Can you see this?
Holy jeez. He looks like me when. Wait, did he take a thing of me? Bastard! Bastard! I hope the Russians hack you, Rod Mills. I hope they hack the crap out of you, you bastard. Yeah, go ahead, show it again. Show it again, babyface. I got you on full screen right now.
Oh man, look at. Yeah. You guys see that?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not planning on getting old.
He's just gonna drive his car off a cliff.
So, what I want to know is how true is that going to be? I mean, does it take the wrinkles and accentuate them? Does it? Does it really work?
It looks pretty good.
More gray, and then where I had wrinkles, it gave more wrinkles. Like it was, whoever wrote their algorithm, it is pretty damn good. It's crazy how good it is.
Someone now make me a thing of Rod Mills when he's old, basically a wrinkled up conch penis.
Where's Harry's holster? Is Harry going to look like he's 21?
Yeah, you age him, he'll look like mid-20s.
As long as he doesn't get married, Harry's going to stay looking like that. Michael Bender says that's Hank the Fudd. Okay, fine. Whatever. And then Brian Quick says, is that in the hospital? Yeah, where did he get that picture from?
That was your hospital pic when you had...
Oh, so now he's thinking... Now he's
going on.
I saw a picture... I don't know if you posted it or not, and I can't really remember where I saw it.
Yeah,
It was like you was at either SHOT Show or the NRA.
Rod Mills is a asshole. He's the whole ass. I gotta get you when you come on, Rod.
It's so good.
Yeah, just prepare for that.
He posted one up the other day, and I was like, "Damn, you should be like yelling at kids to get off your lawn." Or no, that's what I told him. I was like, because he looked like one of those like really slow old black guys. I was like, you need to be like giving wise words to youngins, like slowly.
Yeah, Len Holt says now, comrades, that Russian app is night. Niet. Yeah.
This is a little creepy because that picture of you, if you took the throw off, you look like my dad.
I'm pretty sure Rod gonna tell you that the reason why he was doing that, he was bored someplace. He had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
There were no booties walking by, so he did this instead.
Yeah. Don Dieter says if you think Hank looks bad, you should see Richard and Pebbles. Someone do. Oh, really? Did you put up a? Oh, geez, Rich. Tell me you didn't do that.
I didn't put it up. I didn't do that.
Okay.
I'm old enough. I don't need to look older.
Yeah.
You guys, actually, since I did one before, I read the article about the. This is the one I did last night before I read the article about it being could be bad. You guys ready for this one? This is almost the same colored shirt and everything. You ready? Oh, this is bad.
Oh, jeez. You look like there's a gun. Oh, you look like a gun guy that I know.
So,
jeez.
That
That is Florida man right there. Florida man cuts off the penis of his wife's lover, and then they show this picture of Babyface P.
Yeah, so I did that. Marley's weren't good, but here's the picture it came from, which is crazy. Like that.
Okay, you've been hacked by the Russians. Congratulations.
I know. I gave all my data to them. What can I say?
You've been hacked by the Russians.
It was worth.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Now Marley does no longer owns your penis. Someone named Olga in Russia now owns your penis. So, if your penis starts getting up late at night and heading towards Russia, you know what's up.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! Yeah, that is. Scorched Earth Firearms is in here.
If you did that for Walter, would he look the same?
He'll look old. He looked like Methuselah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Walter's a vampire in a sense.
Yeah, he just doesn't age.
He aging backwards.
He just got up.
Yeah. Actually, listen. That thing I was just saying about Florida man, by the way, that is not a lie. Let me see. Where is that news?
It's a little bit of that gray beard from Big Daddy Hoffman. I got that gray beard like him.
Yeah. You look like someone I know. So check this out. I wasn't lying to you guys. So here we go. Man tied up. This is in Florida. Okay. Man tied up. Wife's lover cut off penis.
What?
Yeah.
Husband, right?
Yeah.
So,
Alex Bonilla, 49, remained in the Gilchrist, County Jail. Bond set at $1.25 million. That's what a penis is worth, babyface, just in case Marley wants to know. Gilchrist County Sheriff's deputies say... oh, man, those guys... wow. Gilchrist County Sheriff's deputies say a man held his wife's lover at gunpoint and cut off the man's penis before fleeing with the appendage.
Wait.
Yeah.
With scissors.
With scissors, yeah.
With scissors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they made that painful.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay,
multiple strokes.
Wiggling.
Yeah.
Did you see the other Florida man news from today?
No, what is it?
After this is the caption here. After failing to capture alligator on its own, Chicago hires Florida man who captures it in less than 24 hours.
I'm surprised he took that long. Yeah.
I think Florida needs his own TV show because y'all got some stuff going on.
Well, there was doing a TV show, I thought.
You guys want to hear about a TV show? So back, story time from Babyface. Back when I was in early college, I worked for our family's construction company, and one of our bread and butter places was a condo complex in South Tampa, but not like really nice South Tampa, like kind of hoodie South Tampa. The people there were fucking insane. Every person there was some sort of crazy character. We had this one dude that had like a 92 Corolla that he just got repainted. He would come out every day, like 7 or 8 times a day, and move his car. This old shitty Corolla from spot to spot to be under the shade, like under each tree all the time.
Uh-huh.
So the joke at the time was we should have made a show called Condomania because it would have been fucking perfect to talk about all those crazy ass people.
Yeah, wasn't there something like that came out at some point?
Hey, I had it first, so I need royalties on that.
So did anybody ever ask him the reason for moving the car?
No, I wasn't.
Shade, I guess.
Yeah.
So or was he like a New Yorker that was used to alternate side of the street parking, and he just kept getting up to?
No, he was just nuts. He was just crazy. We had another guy that owned one of the condos there, and the company was the licensed contractor for the place, so we did all the work. Licensed contractor, we knew what we were doing. And he would just come walk around and be like, yeah, you got to put a nail there. Yep, got to hang that like that. It's like, we know what we're doing. We're licensed. We know what's going on here.
Yeah. Richard Monder says put a $200 tax on scissors. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's terrible. Someone I saw, I can't, it scrolled by so fast. Someone said I would rather be shot than have my penis cut off. I agree. We're gonna have to
scissor control.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tussle. I'm not. You've got to actually. So to cut off somebody's penis with a scissors, you got to open up the scissors. Yeah, you don't want to hear this.
Oh God! The idea of how. God, I hope they were like those really expensive sharp ones.
This is not happening. This is not happening voluntarily.
Are you talking from experience, Hank?
No, I'm just telling you. It's all here.
Confident here.
It's all here. I don't know if you want the proof. Yeah, the proof is in the pudding or the penis.
We know Hank's been around to other countries where they're not as civilized, right?
Yes. I've been to some very uncivilized places. It's called New York City, Far Rockaway. Totally been there before. It's the jungle.
He says, "What about being shot in the penis? That seems like the worst of both worlds." Hank's just looking like, fuck no.
Any penis crimes should be death penalty.
Instantly, just hang them high.
Seriously.
Are we talking 22 Win Mag or 50 cal? What are we talking about here?
12 gauge deer slug.
Can we change the subject? To my stomach's turning right now. Thought of it.
No dudes want to be. Let's see. Okay, I saw El Chapo. El Chapo got life. Did you guys see that?
That's a good segue.
El Chapo.
Penis cutting off El Chapo.
El Chapo.
It works.
Mexican drug king El Chapo draws life sentence in U.S. prison.
Am I the only one that kind of like when I was watching Narcos, even though I already knew the outcome? Mm-hmm. Watching the TV show, I was still rooting for El Chapo and
really,
yeah, and Noriega. I was rooting for both of them just after watching the movie.
What, a 2-mile tunnel for him to get out of jail?
Was it 2 miles? I knew they dug underground to get him out of jail, but he didn't. He got caught like a week or so later, a couple days later, or something like that.
How did he get caught?
I think he was driving and they was doing like traffic stop and they tried to run or something like that. I can't really remember the story, but I know he got caught, and then shortly after,
you get gender reassignment surgery.
And then shortly after they moved him to New York.
Yeah, we need to get that Florida penis snipper to go in there on El Chapo.
We right above it.
Yeah. So he's gonna spend the rest of his life in prison somewhere in America. I say we make him build the wall. Yep. Stone by stone. We have El Chapo out there building the wall. Or we go with my plan.
Turn him into a zombie?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Now you have finally capitulated.
Is that where you're going next?
Yeah, you have finally capitulated. Put him on zombie patrol. Like, they made El Chapo El Zombio. Okay, what is the Spanish word for zombie? Somebody has to figure that out and let me know.
Zombie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Word for zombie.
Hold on, I'll tell you here a little bit.
It really says it translates to zombie.
Google got all the answers.
Yeah, it says zombie. That's what Babyface is saying. Is zombie.
Yeah. They got it.
Yeah.
Well, you need a Chupacabra.
Yes, we got those here in Florida, don't we? Or are they in Texas?
We gotta have them here.
Probably we have them here. Yeah, we probably have them here. They're supposed to be in South America, right? Or is that Mexico?
I thought Chupacabra was Puerto Rico, but
yeah,
maybe they're everywhere. Listen, it's just another version of the Yeti, abominable snowman. They're just wherever they take up residence, they get a different name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see what other stuff we have. That guy, remember the dude in California that had 1,000 guns in his Bel Air mansion?
Yeah, he got 47 felonies or something.
Yeah, what? That guy he got charged 64 felony counts. 64
felony counts for having all those guns.
Yeah.
He bought them legally though, right?
I don't know any of the details.
I'm trying to see. Pleaded not guilty Monday to charges that included 23 counts of possession of assault weapons. His arrest in May drew a barrage of media coverage in the expansive residence not far from the Playboy Mansion. Los Angeles police said the raid represented one of the largest gun seizures in any city's history. So
I hate to say this, but is this maybe a good thing in the sense that it might get taken to the Supreme Court? Maybe?
Yeah, we'll see.
Because to have anything go to the Supreme Court, somebody's got to get screwed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Maybe. Well, I mean, we'll see how that turns out. I mean, it's California. He might do an OJ and win. You never know.
Yeah. I would think that as long as he bought them legally.
Yeah.
You really can't do anything because there's no set limit of how many firearms you can own.
Yeah, I mean, California has those kind of laws.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the whole portion of being an assault rifle,
that's stupid.
Yeah,
shit.
they just rewrite the definition of what an assault rifle is.
So here's what I don't like about the news. When something happens, a crime with a gun happens, we all know what gun it was. We may not know when the guy got there, what his name was, or what he was aggravated about. Mm-hmm. But the gun's laying there on the scene. How come with this Virginia shooting at the town hall, we still don't know? Was it a Glock 45 caliber? What muzzle device was it? Because they said it was a silencer. Was it and I don't want to name brands because I don't want to drag anyone through the mud. But we don't know if it's brand X, brand Y, brand Z. Mm-hmm. This is something they know immediately that I'm always shocked about. This is something that isn't open for dispute. Pick it up. It's like, oh, it's a Colt 45. Okay. We know these things that you don't have to wait for research and a report to come in.
Yeah. I mean, they might raid Babyface's house and find 1,000 guns. That's what, I mean, normally. Right?
Oh, God. No, if I had 1,000 guns, I'd be, excited about it. I got, 20.
Yeah.
20?
I think that's it. I think that's all I got in the safe.
So speaking...
You'll have one more soon.
Yeah, I need to pay you for that at some point.
Speaking of exciting guns, the High Point Yeet Cannon has finally arrived, supposedly.
Oh, is it out?
I guess it's about to be shipped.
Oh, son of a bitch! I need to get one.
So this is on the Truth About Guns, and it says it appears that a High Point is the only firearm that social media folks like to burn, blow up, drive over, bend, throw, submerge, drop from great heights, and even shoot with other guns. So yeah, I think they're about to come out with it.
There's no way. I thought they were still in development.
MSRP $179.
All right. So is this just going to be a regular high point gun? What just says Yeet Cannon on the side?
I thought it was it's supposed to be the new one.
Is this the new one that we're looking at in this picture? I don't know if this picture is of the new one. So I don't know.
The one in the picture's not. That's the old one.
Yeah, I don't know how legit this is that it's coming out. Maybe someone just realized we got to throw up some Yeet Cannon stuff. It's still trending.
So the G1 Yeet Cannon has arrived.
Here's my High Point plan. I do have the 10 mil, which I'm really interested in doing a Bullpup build. That sounds like a fantastic idea. Is Walter working on that now? And what I want to do is, just like Louisiana when they had the hurricane and they went door to door taking guns, I'm going to have a box of ammo. And I'm going to have my 9mm High Point, and I'm going to hand it to him. Say, here you go. Here's the guns I have. Have a nice day.
It's yes, it is. I'm reading through the press here. It is the current C9 model with Yeet Cannon engraved on the side. Yeah. It's some sort of special edition thing.
Yeah, they don't want to wait on that.
Yeah, they just want to try to cash in, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want one of those. I want one of the new ones that says Yeet Cannon.
Yeah, I could take my High Point now and stencil Yeet Cannon on it.
They put a crayon.
Actually, if you send it to me, I'll go ahead and do it with permanent marker. A silver, the silver color. I got you. I even use military stencils if you want me to.
Bring it over to Palmetto. Ask them to do it with one of their CNC machines.
Yeah, mill it out for me, please.
Yeah,
but not during rush hour.
Yeah, Matt Morrison says a Chupacabra is a vampire-like creature found in Central America and Puerto Rico. So a couple things. Puerto Rico. I could say, listen, I know how to say Puerto Rico, man. I'm from New York, son.
I want to take a trip to Puerto Rico.
El Yunque is beautiful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been to Puerto Rico. A couple things. So yeah, that's what they call it, El Chupacabra. In Guyana, it's an old hag. That's kind of like a vampire-like thing. It's usually like an old wrinkly lady, and she gets out of her skin and then becomes like a vampire-like creature that can move around, go into people's houses and stuff like that, and suck the blood out of their babies. It's a thing. You can look it up. It's called old hag. So everyone, it's funny when every race, culture, or whatever has the same thing.
Gotta be true.
There's the Jersey Devil, there's the Chupacabra, and they're all sort of the same thing. So yeah. I'm saying it's out there.
Yeah. Also on the subject of Puerto Rico, if we can dwell on that for a little bit. What do you guys think about what's going on in Puerto Rico? Everybody wants the governor to resign now because he said some horrible stuff, apparently.
Oh, I don't even know.
No, you didn't see that? Let's see if you see if you can pull that up.
Everybody's too politically correct.
Yeah, lots of people mad at the Puerto Rico governor. He was a hero not too long ago when he was going at it with old Trumpy poo.
Thousands protest at mass rally in San Juan demanding Puerto Rican governor's resignation over what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kiaski says old hag. No, hag. You're going to have to look it up.
Old hag.
Yeah. It's kind of like hag, but it's an I and a something in there.
Is old hag.
Yeah, look it up. It's a thing. It's out there. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Like a zombie in Guyana, at least I know, is a jumbie. Instead of zombie, they say jumbie. You know, black magic.
What did the guy say? That's so terrible.
I think they found some tweets or something of him that were very racist, homophobic, or something, from what I saw. So
yeah, wasn't he the hero back when he was arguing with Trump?
Yeah, Puerto Rico has lots of problems going on. There was actually like a cruise ship on the way there, and they turned around like they were just about to dock. They're like, "We out."
Throw it in reverse.
What's that you?
Yeah. Let's see.
5 consecutive days of protest.
Yeah. The Puerto Rico is mad right now. Might have to get a new governor.
Inner Circle maintained a profane and prejudicial secret chat group.
Misogynistic and homophobic comments.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm. Locker room talk?
Yeah.
What do you
stuff that we say every day, probably.
Yeah. What do you actually do when people in political office get upset and they're venting just like you would vent?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kiaski threw this up here. He said the Succulent in Dominican Republic, St. Lucian, Trinidadian, Guadalupan, Folklore in Haiti, Louisiana, Grenada, and elsewhere in the Caribbean, or Old Haig, also Old Haig in Guyana. Boom!
All the same thing.
Yeah.
Sucking people's blood.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I did invent the internet along with Al Gore. And I knew once I was typing emails or IRC back in the day in the computer that crap will never go away. And I will never put anything in text or email, chat, whatever, that I won't say in public.
Yep.
I'll call you up and tell you something different.
Okay.
You know, crap I don't want anybody to repeat.
Mm-hmm.
But I expect every email, everything I type into a computer to be read by somebody someday.
Can I just tell you guys that I clicked a link out to the actual documents of their chat log, thinking for some reason that I could speak Spanish and understand what they are saying. Because I have no fucking clue what any of this is.
Well, you're supposed to be Cuban, so what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, you're the show Spaniard, right?
Yeah, you're a Cuban.
Hey, there's an app to translate it.
Yeah, I need to take a picture and translate.
Did they not teach you any kind of Spanish, man? They're supposed to be Cuban,
You
dude.
mean Google Translate doesn't pull it up? Yeah, it says translate.
Yeah.
I click translate.
Yeah.
El Gubernor.
Yeah. Opt out of gun control says calls don't never go away anymore either.
Ah.
Yeah.
And he knows.
Yeah. Let's see.
The only thing you can do is say something to somebody in person.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta live.
As long as you're
that's the
away
more
from everything
safe
that's electrical.
Yep.
You gotta live. Let's see. Ocasio-Cortez, what's her name? Ocasio-Cortez has New York businesswoman and Jamaican immigrant Sherry Murray launches campaign to unseat Ocasio-Cortez.
Good. Hope
So,
anybody can take.
She's
her
Republican, right, Rich?
Republican and a business lady. She's actually created jobs as opposed to chasing them away.
Mm-hmm. Sherry Murray announced Wednesday that she's running for Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez congressional seat in 2020.
Now, why did you
says
say they
there's
was trying to deceive her?
Why?
Yeah.
Because she'd
be crazy.
Cortez is crazy.
Yeah.
So I have a big problem with the crew of 4 yesterday when they were asked about the attack on the detention center where the guy was trying to firebomb and had a shootout with a cop and was shot. So not only was he trying to burn the place down, injure people working there, but injure the migrants that are being housed there.
Mm-hmm.
They were all asked about that. They just it's like, are you going to denounce this? Are you going to denounce this? They just looked straight ahead, kept walking.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
They don't care.
It
It's
looked,
a game.
if somebody came to me with a camera in my face and said, "Hey, Bill and Hillary Clinton were attacked. What do you think about that?" If it was an AR-15, I'd say, "Look, it's a horrible thing. You should never turn a weapon on anybody." That's not. I would have no problem defending bad actions against people I don't care for. I have no issue. That what it says to me is one of two things. One, either whoever tells them what to say didn't tell them what to say about that, or two, they really support it. That's
no, I think they do. I think they support that type of action. Joshua Joester says Sean King praised the guy and said he was a martyr. If you look at Sean King, which is the retarded white guy that thinks he's black,
Talcum X.
Talcum X.
Oh,
yeah.
really? I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, he posted to his Twitter that things like this, people need to be freed from these quote unquote concentration camps by any means necessary. Literally is what he said. And then that the actions of this guy should be praised, and he's a martyr. Yeah,
so I got a big beef about this. If Trump's words were like one, or if he said, if some right-wing nut job or white supremacist, I should say, used and the, and those are words that Trump used in his manifesto that they found pinned to his dead body, they'd be blaming Trump for this right now.
Yeah.
Now, nobody says who said these places were concentration camps.
What do they call the squad? Whatever the hell.
The squad.
Hey, Jesus, it's fucking high school.
By the way,
we're gonna sign that in each other's yearbooks.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna say this on this thing. I am an immigrant, obviously, and I've been here living here since the '80s. So this whole thing of if you don't really like America, whether you were born here, whether you weren't born here, you immigrated, or whatever it is, aliens brought you to the planet, someone grew you in a petri dish, whatever it is, if you actually don't like America, it's not a false statement to say you don't have to stay here. You don't have to stay here.
No,
you can go live wherever you want. Yeah, go live in a better place.
She was fresh off the boat from Germany. She grew up in Germany during World War II. She lost her father on the Russian front. She was proud to become an American. She was very proud. And in fact, so much so that it's like, hey, we're in America. You're learning English. You're not going to speak German. And I kind of regret that. But that was my mother's generation. I was born in 1965. And that's how people thought back then. Hey, you're in America. You're in the best place in the world. You're going to speak English. You're going to learn the culture. And my mother was so happy to be an American.
Yeah, my family gave up a lot to be here. I'm happy they did it. You know, no place is perfect. I don't think America's perfect. I think there's lots of stuff that we have to deal with. But if we don't talk to each other, we're not going to deal with it. You know, and if you can't joke around with people, you're not going to deal with it. And if you can't tell people's ass that if you really hate it here, don't go live somewhere else. There's nothing that. How is that horrible?
So what I look at is numbers, and you know, there's certain truisms that we can't deny. The United States lawfully takes in more immigrants into the United States every year than all of the other countries in the world combined. It's kind of like if all of us had a bar and everybody went to my bar on Friday night and none of you guys' bars, I would have the best bar in town. So, F you all. Everybody wants to be here. This is the greatest nation in the world. But like you said, Hank, we don't do everything right. Nobody does.
No. We just got to deal with our stuff and move on. And if you really don't, look, I'll tell you a story. Oh man, I forgot the name. I think it's Reggie Gibbs or something like that. I don't know if you can look that up, babyface. This story is going to interest you. He's a rapper. I think he's been doing this for like 10 years, but I just found out about him recently. Rapper, black guy. He was in Austria or something. He did a concert, and then I think he went to France. He got arrested. They came to France and arrested him, brought him back to Austria, put him in jail for a while. He had to fight to get out. It came out. So there was a woman who said that he raped her. It came out in court eventually after he spent some time in locked up in Austria that she had a dream that he raped her.
Oh, yeah. I saw that before.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Yeah, and the guy went to jail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if
There
you
would be a
think that
massive
everywhere is like
lawsuit.
America, I don't know what to say to you. I look, I said, I'll say it again. I don't think America's perfect, but dude, you know, there's a lot of places out there you don't want to
way
mess
better.
around. You know, but if you want to go there, if you think this place is awesome, rock and roll, man, it's awesome. Go there and chill. You know, do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had it where I wake up next to a lady I've been with, you know, a regular basis, and she punches me, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I had a dream you're with another woman."
Yeah. I think every man here can say that's probably happened to them.
Yeah, that happened to me before.
Yeah. I've got it lots of
in your dream. What?
Yeah. That's happened. That's happened. Babyface, has that happened? Or basically Marley knows what's going on. She has an app for that penis.
Well, she tracks it. It's a special. Never mind.
Yeah. With that lady who had the dream of the guy raping her and they put the guy in jail.
Ridiculous.
I thought that was a hoax until I actually read the article because somebody else told me the same story, and I looked it up and I was like, "Are you serious?" And it's
crazy.
like they didn't even reverse it; they
But
just kept him in
there's a
jail.
couple simple questions. Like I say, there's truisms in everything. If you tell a lie about something, it's very. Where were you? How did you meet him? How did the, how did?
At what point did the
for her to
cops
say,
in
"I
Austria
wasn't
not
there."
find out that this woman had a dream?
Yeah. Well, my whole thing is then if that's the case, then somebody owe me some money because I got some dreams. Whereas I had some checks delivered to me. I just need a cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I had a dream like I got my Bitcoins back.
Oh yeah, Flopping Garbage says born in Egypt in '64, legally immigrated in '69, have been bleeding red, white, and blue ever since.
Good man.
Yes.
Yeah,
shout out
and
to-
Flopping Guard, I haven't talked to you in a couple days. How you doing, Justin?
Yeah. Hope all is good out there. Bruce Ludman says, Hank, your patch panel is looking pretty full. Yeah, we're getting some patches up on there. We're getting some patches. Let's see.
Eventually, I'll get mine made.
Yeah. John Dieter is telling us Minority Report. I guess that happened. Mike, were you trying to tell us something before? And then we got into this crazy. I thought you were trying to say something. I don't know if you remember what that was.
No, I mean, it was the conversation tonight really had me like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I probably was like commenting on some. I really don't remember.
Yeah. Before I go away from the AOC story, Sherry Murray says there's a crisis in Queens and it's called AOC. She isn't worried.
Amen.
This is in a tweet. She's at Sherry Murray. She's worried about being famous. That's why I'm running for Congress. Join our movement. So there you
I
go.
hope
People
she-
in New
I hope
York
she does
support her. Yeah, support her. Even if you're not in New York, whatever.
AOC has I think it's a 75% name recognition, and I think she's either 18 or 20% favorability. So that's just bad.
But do you think that name recognition will get her reelected regardless of all that?
No.
Because I think
No,
sometimes
it's-
it comes... Okay.
So the negative and the name recognition together are real bad. That's it's one thing if you have a 12% approval rate, nobody knows who you are, but they look and they see D next to your name and they pull that lever.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're like, heck no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's bringing down the IQ of Queens. Oh, my God. I hope she doesn't represent Far Rockaway. You guys need to do something about that over there, representing Far Rockaway. Okay, we cannot get out of here without talking about this story. Go ahead, Richard. I'll let you.
Well, so the problem with government, and I've said this before on this show, is people like you, me, whoever, the people in our audience aren't running for office. You guys, whether it's town hall, school board, whatever it may be, get the heck out there. Because my Palm Beach school board, they're all freaking communists.
Yeah, I was considering running for office.
Oh,
But
hell yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, if I run for office and if I wanted to go for Congress, but if I go for office in the district that I live in, I'm going against Lindsey Graham.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
registered as a
Lindsey Graham's
Republican?
the
Are you
senator.
Republican or a Democrat?
I'm independent.
You're independent? Oh, okay.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll have to get
exactly.
to, that's the part, the tough part of it.
This is more of a red state too.
Yeah.
So
What did you say about Lindsey Graham, Rich? What were you trying to say there?
Lindsey Graham's a senator.
Yeah.
he's congressman, ain't he?
Senator,
Oh, okay.
not him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Look that up and see. I mean,
I'll look it up. Yeah.
If you're
because I remember when I was looking it up beforehand, I was more like
might be another Graham. You know, all those Grahams.
That's who I'm
might
going
run.
against.
Graham Cracker.
Yeah, Graham Cracker. That was Richard Hughes.
Don't use that line.
That was not me. That was not me. Crackbot says, Hank, I'm going to start selling scissors called Dong Be Gone. That is so cold. That is so cold. Opt out of gun control says, MW Tack, you ought to win against Lil Lindsay.
Oh, no. He got a lot of pull here now.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say that. He has a lot of pull here.
Yeah. Okay, we got to talk about this story, guys. No way we can get out of here without talking about this. Italian police, this is in Truth About Guns if you want to look it up. Italian police arrest 3 men, confiscate firearms, and an air-to-air missile.
What?
Air-to-air missile.
Oh, hold on.
There's a picture. Look at the picture. I'm showing it right now.
How do you get away with that?
Air-to-air missile. So clearly what Italy needs is a national conversation about ballistic weapons. No, they don't. Mandatory buyback and some common sense air-to-air missile control.
These weapons. Is that like a Phoenix? Mike, you know this stuff. What is that?
Who knows this? Oh, Mike, do you recognize this thing?
Oh, what was the question?
No, you got to look at
that almost looks like a Phoenix.
Oh, this air-to-air missile? Let me see what it says here. I don't know if Mike can see this. It's on the Truth About Guns, Mike. Italian police.
Link in the chat.
Hold on. Let me throw the link up. Babyface,
Lord, man, what
I know. Making you work over here.
Seriously? Hold on. Let me throw it up here.
So
I'll throw it up here.
Is Walter saying there's no warhead, so it's cool? You can have them?
Where is Walter chiming in on this? No warhead. Oh, Walter would know this. He is the king of the heads.
What's that talk about?
Wait, so how do we know there's no warhead on this?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
Walter knows all. That's why Walter didn't buy it. He walked by. He's like, I'm not buying
it. He looked at it before.
But I'll tell you something right now. I love the container this thing is in.
Yeah, that big tube.
Yeah,
it looked like a big trash can.
Yeah, I'm down. I like that thing. That could be an obstacle.
They bought it on Big Daddy Unlimited.
More power to you. More power to you. Does anyone see what this is in the article? Because I don't. No.
When you said they had firearms, did they have any safety harbor firearms? Guns?
Don't
they
go
don't
there.
say what kind of weapon it is again.
Yeah, that's a big. I want one of those. I'll take one. I wonder what they paid for that. I wonder if they got that. Good price out there. They got it in a bazaar, like in a James Bond movie.
Now my question is, obviously that thing is not armed because. I'm just speculating. It's not armed because they're chilling
Bugs
around.
Bunny's hitting it on the nose cone.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, who is this guy that bought a missile?
Yeah.
What was he thinking when he bought that missile?
No, but it was a package deal. It's like, look, I'll give you these 2 guns and the missile, okay?
The missile.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, right.
Babyface, is this a trick or is it the Matra Super?
Nope, I looked up an article. It's a Matra Super 530F. It's a French-made warhead of some kind.
Oh.
French-made. Walter was in France recently.
Yes, he might have one of it. He might have sold it to these guys.
Yeah. Walter that deal?
So how much did you get paid for that, Walter?
Yeah. Jay Keefe says that sounded so gay, King of the Heads. Yes, it was a double entendre, especially for Walter. We got to make sure Walter's awake out there. Yeah.
All right. So we got just a few minutes left. Who's bringing the Gorn?
Oh, Gorn. Let me see. I still have that KS-47 from yesterday. Yeah.
For anybody out there that's new to guns, I showed you how to clean your Glock yesterday.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me show you. There we go.
I take a lot of issue with that video because I don't think you know what you're doing.
Oh, okay. What did you do yesterday, Babyface? You showed how to clean a Glock?
Video cleaning a Glock.
Okay.
Simple takedown and cleaning.
Okay.
You got to put the oil on the slide, hold it vertically, and put a drip of oil on the rail and let it roll down.
The old Glock thing that I have says put a drop on each rail. The new Glock thing says to roll it down the slide. I go by the old Glock thing. That's just me.
Here's how you clean your Glock. You point it, and you pull the trigger.
The best thing
the lead cleans it when it comes out.
The best thing somebody says was, it's basically Tupperware. Just throw it in the dishwasher.
Yeah. No, all kidding aside, there are proper ways of doing it. So
yeah, for anybody out there, I'm doing some baby steps videos. That's what I'm calling them. It's going to be all basic things. So most of the people out there are not going to be interested in watching it, but we'll do some basics.
Is your strategy that you didn't sign up for monetization, and this is why you can show?
I don't know what you're talking about. We're not talking about this on air. La 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 la. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh boy. Jay Keith wants to know, is that the Frankenstein AR? Yeah, it's AR AK type of deal. I think it's cool. We're probably going to chop this up, do something with it. This one will probably go to Walter, become a machine gun. I don't know. Who knows what? Yeah, who knows what the fate of that is? What do you guys think? What should we do? I think, I like the fact that it uses an AK mag. It's got the
That's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, but it works like an AR. I think it would be chop it down, make it small, temporarily suppressed maybe.
So where's the charging handle?
It's like an AR
style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the magazine release is right there.
Yeah, it's like the only main difference is they have the different magwell for the AK and the release and the bolt.
Yeah.
Can you put a folding buttstock on that?
It looks like it has a buffer tube.
Like an AR-15.
But it should be. You know what? No.
You could do like one of the LOL Tacticals or something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Mm-hmm. That's just going to add weight. I think we chop this down, make it full auto or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Walter can make it into a Bullpup. That'd be cool if Walter can make it. Because obviously I couldn't convince the PSA guys to do any Bullpups.
Yeah.
Seriously, you guys did not have my back yesterday. I was like, I think the people want Bullpups. Just me and Richard Hughes. Nobody else. Nobody else was chiming in on the Bullpup day.
Even was the guys at PSA were like,
I'm so disappointed in you guys. We had the perfect opportunity. Lola's saying something about we're not chopping that up.
Enough with chopping down entirely suppressed and Bullpups.
Okay, fine.
All caps too.
Yeah. Walter says it needs a 7 to 10 inch barrel. Yeah, we'll figure out something cool to do with it, I'm sure.
Let's see. Screaming Skull Saloon says, Mike, do you have any Gorn? They're asking you for some.
No, because what I actually did was when I was training the kids, I put my carry gun in my room, and then the gun I was using for training tonight, I had it on, put it back in the safe, and then I just ran straight to the computer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Did you want to tell us quickly about what you were doing with the kid? You were training your kids, or?
No. My kid is not old enough. Well, she is old enough, but the agreement that I agreed to, I'm not teaching my daughter how to shoot a gun yet.
Okay.
But it's a couple kids that live here in Columbia, South Carolina, ages 13 and 14, interested in competition shooting. So I, take the time out and I teach them the parameters of competition shooting, and they actually go to the matches with me and shoot the matches next to me.
Wow, that's super cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. If you need help or something with that, you got to let us know when you come on, man.
I would like to give back in some way. I've yet to find out how. Mm-hmm. I've yet to figure out in what way, but I like that. I think it's really cool.
Figure out what drives you. Mm-hmm. And like for me, the one thing that I came up with was the mission of putting the cops through jiu-jitsu training that will be free for them for a year. The reason I came up with that was because every time you turned around, there was an officer of the law shooting somebody. And I've always stated that when they come out of the police academy, they just have enough knowledge to get them by, but enough to get them screwed over also. Mm-hmm. So, but of course, if you actually work out and do jiu-jitsu, you can use your body as a weapon. And at the same time, when you're conditioned, you think a lot better. Mm-hmm. And if you're more confident in your ability, you would rather talk more than resort to the firearm. Mm-hmm. And then the other portion is, and I really don't broadcast me teaching the children. but I do locally. I just don't do it, openly over the social media.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I train the kids. I tell the parents what to get, what I recommend they should get as far as competition, and of course tell them where they can do their research. But I don't charge the children. I don't charge the parents of the children to teach them competition.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
That's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Let me see here. Opt Out of Gun Control says he likes Bullpups, but was on his phone. He didn't feel like typing on it. Gee. Thank you. We could have had 3 people speaking up, but Opt Out of Gun Control.
Voice to text, man. It's the 21st century.
Yeah.
You talk to the darn thing.
Yeah. The next time PSA comes on, it's going to be all Bullpups.
All Bullpups.
That's
All
what I'm
Bullpups
talking
and 10 mil.
And that would be the last time they come.
The next time PSA comes on, I'm gonna try to sneak over in the office and be in the back.
Oh, what? That would be cool.
Like photobombing.
Yeah. They might need some technical
that's
help because they couldn't get in on more than one computer. If they, they have 400 CNC machines, but
Exactly.
they couldn't get. Well, I'm just making fun of them. It was fun. That was a fun show. Those guys are cool. I think we had fun, and we'll probably make a trip up there at some point. What's that?
I'm
Rich?
real excited. I want to get a 5.7. AR-57.
Oh, see, you should have never told Richard Hughes that. He's not gonna let go.
AR-57 with a Bullpup conversion kit.
Yeah, he is not gonna let go of that. He's not gonna let go. 5.7 coming out. Sid 1026 says, "Why Bullpups? Because they're awesome. Why not?"
Did you get a Hank 10 discount with them?
No, we got to work on that.
What?
Work on that.
Where's
They have
Lola?
deals. They have deals going on all the time. We do throw it up.
No, they have deals. I actually have a video. I've had a good customer service story, and there's actually a video on my YouTube channel about that.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, let's wrap it up here. Let me start. Richard Hughes, how can the folks out there follow you? And, of course, this lovely Pebbles, because Pebbles has this...
Pebbles has his own Instagram. He's Pebbles_bird. I'm Flying Rich Official on Instagram, and pretty much all of my social media you can find on flyingrich.com.
All right, awesome. Shout out to Pebbles. Everyone go out there and follow Pebbles. Babyface P, how can the folks out there follow you?
Babyface P on YouTube, baby_face P on Instagram. That's it. That's all I got for right now.
Okay, very cool. Check out his latest video on YouTube.
It's not going to be for everybody. These baby steps videos are definitely not going to be for the hardened gun guy. But if you're bored and you want to watch, go for it.
Yeah, do one on
you can
how
always
to.
troll him in the comments.
Yeah, do one on how to modify your magazine or paint your magazine or something like that. That'll be fun.
We need to get a laser from Walter so I can start how to laser engrave your magazine.
I thought you could boil them. I thought you could boil your magazines. Or something.
You can paint. You can stain them with shoe polish or whatever.
Yeah. So Mike, how can the folks out there follow, support you?
Yes. So if you will go to Facebook, look up m-wtactical.com. If you're on Instagram, look up @munitionsweaponstactical all together, of course. Or just go to www.m-wtactical.com, click on the media links, and look at everything I'm a part of.
Okay, awesome. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, especially you guys out there that are commenting and all that kind of good stuff. We're going to be back here tomorrow, so far as I know. Let's see. Oh, Armament and Axis says he has a promotional link for the GOA, so that's cool. Follow Armament and Axis. He's got a promotional link for that. Support the GOA, by the way, guys. I think they are, in need of your support, as well as a few other places out there. But our personal favorite is the GOA. Do you guys have any other places, support-wise, you would like to send the people in that direction? Richard? No? Okay. All right. There you go. Just GOA all around. Yeah. All right. Very good. I don't know if there's any final words, but we are out of here. Thanks, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. We're done.
Good night.
Peace out. Peace out.